What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, up a little early today, for me at least on a Sunday, as I will be raging hard today at the Train Expo. That's right, I'll be checking out all those sweet model trains, so I'm up a little early. I will share some. Many of you on Twitter expressed some interest in seeing what I see when I'm there, and I will share things on Twitter at the Quartering as well. I noticed that one of the biggest hypocrisies, I'll say, that I see coming from the kind of the social justice-y folks is around the female form. They can't seem to get together and decide whether it's empowering or it's icky, or they're worried about their back, or, they can't decide on, well, is a woman's body inherently spicy, or is it not? Or can I wear what I want? Or can't I wear what I want? It's so easy to poke holes in their logic that one could do it in their sleep. One of the particulars is around fan art. Anytime somebody draws an inherently average or below average looking comic book hero or actor in a spicy way, they seem to get all up in arms with the, oh, what about their back? Oh, their back. Oh. Or where are their organs? Oh. It would seem that the social justice crowd only thinks it's empowering for women to be wearing whatever they want when they're ugly. And if you think a little bit about that, it's entirely logical. Most of these land whales you see out there probably, they can't afford to buy new clothes, so they're still wearing the clothes that they wear, that they bought when they weighed 240, now that they're 410, and they just say it's empowering that their guts hanging out or whatever the case is. And it's so clear that they want people who match on the outside how they feel and look on the inside. And there's always we talked about I think it was one other artist last week, I forget his name, but we have Pablo Romero here with a nice imagining of Captain Marvel here. Pretty spicy looking, I'd say. Good enough for all the good little boys and good little girls out there. But of course, Witch Hazel is completely offended. How hard is it not to blank make women, spicy? What the F? Where the F are her organs? First of all, a Captain Marvel redesign just for fun is the header here. And the comments here are an absolute goldmine of calling this person exactly what they are. Either several Rees, we've got the Neo-Puritans. I mean, look, obviously this body type isn't common, but it's absolutely, it exists. When I retweeted this, there are plenty. And then also there's the beautiful Rose Tico here. Gotta say, probably would have sold a few more tickets to Star Wars had Rose looked a little bit more like this. Now, this isn't an exact, I think the implication is that it's some sort of attack at Brie Larson or, why can't I think of her name right now? Kelly Marie Tran, the actress that plays Rose Tico. Oh, it isn't. And of course, there's lots of pictures of people that would actually fit these dimensions perfectly fine. But it's always good to see people get offended. And whenever you see somebody get offended, know that they're probably very gross looking in real life. That's my, that's not even just like a raw guess. It's based on covering these type of people for the past 2 years. They're always gross. Gross on the inside, gross on the outside. And they want other people to be gross too. Speaking of Brie Larson, she was recommended for an Avengers Endgame Oscar. Imagine that. Even after she appeared on screen for only just a few seconds. In fact, it came out later. I don't know if I put this up. Yes. The Captain Marvel versus Thanos fight was a last-minute addition. Think about that. Without the Captain Marvel Thanos fight, she would have been on screen for, 30 seconds in the beginning, saving Iron Man, in a brief meeting, and then as a hologram with her rocker boy haircut. And then at the end, at the funeral. That would have been it. Brie Larson would have had a grand total of about 2 minutes on screen in a 3-hour film. And she's being recommended for an Oscar. The film's lengthy battle featuring Avengers versus 2014 Thanos and his evil horde had also become a topic of endless exploration, like how co-writer Christopher Marcus recently admitted to the plot hole involving Captain Marvel using Thor's hammer Mjolnir. Another fact during Slash Film's exploration of the massive Endgame battle was the Captain Marvel's toe-to-toe fight with the Mad Titan was a last-minute change for the script. The film's editor, Jeff Ford, when Captain Marvel arrives, that it was in the script. Oh, yeah, actually, she would have still single-handedly destroyed that ship. So that would have been another 8 seconds on screen. It was in the script from day one that she comes through the ship. We knew she was going to do that, but we did alter and add and expand later, mostly because of how much we loved that. What Brie was doing with the character was her fight with Thanos, and he power punches her back. Anthony Russo came up with the great idea, Ford stated. That was a reshoot, by the way. At the last minute, he had the great idea that Thanos pulls the Power Stone out of the gauntlet and punches her with the raw Power Stone. That's a fantastic use of the prop and a story point, because that's what you want. Yeah, everyone wants Thanos to power punch Captain Marvel. That's true. And then we see, according to Cosmic Book News, Brie Larson hilariously recommended for Endgame Oscar. Disney fully reveals who they recommended for Oscars attached to the Disney's Endgame, which hilariously includes Brie Larson as Captain Marvel for Best Supporting Actress. The reason it's rather funny is that Brie Larson and Captain Marvel were basically written out of the flick as a character appearing in the beginning, but wasn't involved at all in mixing and reversing things, and only came in for the Deus Ex Machina moment at the end. Also, as I pointed out, Avengers Endgame, while having some super cool fan service moments, wasn't at all good. That's their opinion. And definitely wasn't better than Infinity War, and that didn't win any Oscars either. Now, the thing is, I've always said that I thought Infinity War was really good. I thought Endgame was okay. I mean, they did kind of tie everything up into a nice little bow, which not all movies do. Some movies kind of leave open endings, and I still think I prefer movies that kind of clean everything up at the end. But the movie was only okay. It's really not, only had a few memorable parts, to be honest with you. It played more like a greatest hits than an original film. What was also funny is that Disney not recommending the Captain Marvel movie for the Oscars, which wasn't all that good as well. And the Captain Marvel 2, or the next MCU appearance for Brie Larson, hasn't been announced or made known as of yet. Of course, they're going to make a Captain Marvel 2. It does seem weird that they haven't announced anything yet. It seems odd that they didn't announce anything during the D23 Expo. Prior to the release of the Captain Marvel movie, Feige said she's the new face of the MCU going forward and the most powerful, the best-selling comic, yeah, right, new leader of the Avengers, etc. So where is she? Check out Disney's full list below. Her comic book is on utter and complete life support now. As we talked about, sales for September's Captain Marvel 10 revealed 27,500 issues sold to local comic book shops, while sales for previous issue were at 37,900, a drop of about 27%. Here are the Avengers Endgame recommendations. I mean, I don't know how much of a story this is, because clearly they basically recommend everybody. I'm not sure who would even be missing here. Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Ruffalo, Renner, Brolin, Rudd, Don Cheadle. I mean, Samuel L. Jackson? I guess Samuel L. Jackson's missing. he's on screen about as much as Brie Larson. But I want to finish this up and remind all the good little boys and girls out there that some things aren't for you. I'm going to mispronounce her name, is too chesty for the good boys and girls of Smash Ultimate. Super Smash Bros. Director Masahiro Sakurai? How did I do? I'm going to give it a probably C-. Did a 48-minute deep dive into the game's new character, SNK's Terry Bogard, on the new stage on Wednesday. The stage, King of Fighters Stadium, and many of the franchise favorite characters like Geese Howard, King Blue Mary, Athena, Iori bouncing around in the background. However, there is one SNK character that isn't there and will never be added. Sakurai put his hands together during the video, faced the camera, and noted that Mai will not have, or May probably, right? Mai? Well, will not have a cameo in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate because the game is for good boys and girls of many different ages. One look at her, and everyone will immediately realize why she's not included in this family-friendly game. She's a massively popular character, one that will remain one of the main female mascots for the SNK franchise, but her outfit is just too skimpy. While Sakurai didn't explicitly explain why she wasn't included, we could probably guess it has something to do with her lack of clothing. Naturally, Twitter went to work making memes about how her bodacious bod is what's preventing her from getting a Sweet Smash cameo. I mean, why not just put a different outfit on her? I don't know. It seems odd to me. But that's it for today's Sunday video. I hope you enjoyed a bit of fun. If you did, remember to leave a like and a comment on this video. I'm off to totally hobby with model trains. Talk to you again real soon.